solstice holds the energy of the third eye, or the chalice, the golden chalice within our brains. And I was inspired by how in ancient times people would visit sacred sites on the solstices, on other key moments of celestial alignment with the earth. And these sacred sites were often built on energy lines, magnetic lines in the earth. And the purpose often was to experience some sort of transformation personally, spiritually, and as a community, but also as a solitary person. Often these could be done in caves or under dolmens, in the stone circles. And often I love that these rituals would be resurrection rituals that often mimicked or mirrored what Jesus did during his crucifixion and resurrection. This isn't exclusive to Christianity. It existed and predates Christianity in the research and the studying that I have done. And the initiate now has to go into the cave. And if it's not a physical cave, it's the cave of their own making, the cave within. Now, a cave can be scary, it can be dark, it can bring forth inner demons and things that maybe we don't want to face. It can also be a time to die, to bury what doesn't serve us anymore. What about us needs to be laid to rest so that we can resurrect more truly ourselves. So that song spiritually holds that center so that we can truly see. This song always was meant for the harpsichord. It was born on the piano, but it just had to be on the harpsichord. I could just feel it. When I inherited one was given to me out of the blue, which was super cool. I was very excited because I knew I had song seeds and songs that were developing that wanted to be harpsichord songs. This harpsichord needed to be restored, which I was up for the challenge, and it became my pandemic project, which I know a lot of us have pandemic projects, and it's a fun way to mark the stories of that time, which was a difficult time. And part of the process in restoring a harpsichord is giving it its voice. And that was so poetic on one level, and then totally terrifying on another. Because of course I want this beautiful instrument to play and to record and to enjoy, but thinking I had to be responsible for giving it its voice sounded terrifying. So the actual act is taking these little, there's some sort of resin or plastic. Traditionally they would have been feather quills, and you have to shape them so that they can pluck the string correctly, sound nice and feel nice. And it's something that a craftsman does, someone who's trained and practiced for years, and yes, to have the utmost quality, and that definitely is in the hands of those craftsmen. And I sought during this time, maybe I could somehow hire someone to come do it, but it would have been extraordinarily expensive, and I definitely felt like I was meant to give this harpsichord its voice. That was part of my journey and its journey. So thankfully I found someone who could come, a harpsichord player, to give me a lesson. And we had to, wait till we were both okay for 2 weeks. And we opened all the windows in my studio. I had a big fan blowing in. We masked up. We did it as safely as possible. And for about an hour, she gave me a lesson and gave me the skills to be able to give my harpsichord its voice. So we moved from the voice to sight It's all connected in this song for me on a very personal level. But this song was really drawn in the beginning, especially to this, to the cave, to the darkness, to the Solstice cave, where we go for 3 days to die, so to speak, to put to rest, to bury what doesn't serve us so we can rise again. And that song definitely has this balance of dark and light. And depending on which solstice you're experiencing, one will be all about the light and one will be all about the dark. And this song, I think, can hold both, depending on where you are at your life and when you're listening to it.